The way it was described, I got the ick.
What if I just jumped through this book and beat him up?
There's been some really good lines in here that make me wish I was an annotator.
We're in for a wild ride.
That shit just destroyed me. So the word DNF is just floating around in my brain. These quotes, I need injected into my veins.
The rules don't apply to me because I'm famous.
Kristen Hannah, the woman that you are. Hi besties and welcome back. So this is going to be a fun one. We are going to be seeing how many 5 stars I can find in a video, a week, whatever you want to call it. So I chose 3 books, and all of which had an insane amount of 5-star energy. So follow along to see me read these 3 books and if I liked them or not. Okay friends, the first books I'm debating on I literally just bought today, which don't tell my shelves, but we have 32 days in May. It is June 1st. I haven't seen this book in stores yet, and honestly I thought it was a hardcover new release. I really didn't know, but I've just seen such good things about this book, so I'm really excited to read it because it is giving me 5-star energy. I feel like it sounds like it's gonna be a really deep romance, and also I feel like the setting is gonna be I'm so excited. Basically, this is what I'm reading first, and I definitely think it could very much be a 5-star because I have enjoyed books similar to this, mostly by Katelyn where the main girl is going through something medically. I'm really excited about this, and also finally bought this. $15 at Target for the hardcover, so definitely price match online. I'm gonna say I know it's gonna be a 5-star. I just don't know if I'm ready for it yet because I just sobbed my eyes out over Remarkably Bright Creatures, so I think we're gonna do this first, which I may still cry over, who knows. Let's get going. I'm gonna go sit outside with Zeus and read this, so let's go. Alright guys, we've read 0 pages out there. My book was held hostage because so we have this bird's nest on her deck, and the mama bird was in there posted up about to attack Zeus and I like it was turf wars. And first of all, I've lived here longer than you, bitch, so whatever. But yeah, it was just not the vibe being stared at by a bird who looked like it could attack you at any second. I didn't read, and then my book was held hostage in a different area because then I noticed the bird. This is one of my favorite covers ever. I'm gonna read inside now, unfortunately, because I was ready to be out there for hours, but I just couldn't do it. And then Zeus kept going under the pole the bird was on. I'm like, dude, you are gonna get attacked. 80 degrees out, and this is just so summery, so I was so excited. But yeah, it's fine. Nature can do what it wants, and I'll let it. Okay guys, I finally started the book. It's clearly many hours later, but so far I can't really get into it, which I'm literally 10 pages in, but I feel like most other romance books, I'm assuming this is romance, I don't know if it's technically fiction. Okay, I think it's just fiction, but I feel like most other books, they just plop you right in the story and I'm immediately sucked into it. But with this, I feel like I'm kind of confused. The prologue was honestly kind of confusing. You get a paragraph of January and then it switches months, and it was just kind of confusing. It gave a little background though about her relationship with her mom and then her neighbor, so that was nice, but literally it was just a paragraph, so I'm kind of confused. I hope I can get into the writing style, so obviously I'm gonna keep going and see what's going on. But yeah, our main girl Nadia looks like she's going back to Jersey Shore where she vacationed with her family, and she was diagnosed with lupus, and her sister isn't the only one worried about her. One of her doctors sets her up with his infamous former actor cousin. It's just very interesting because this paragraph's part of the day and then it switches, and then this paragraph's something completely different, and we just get a 1-sentence reveal about our character, and it's really interesting, this writing style. I have not read anymore. I just made it to page 18, but I feel like I am going to listen to it for a bit, and if I still can't get into it, it's gone. We're DNFing. Honestly, I'm just in my head thinking I'm not gonna like it after not being able to get into the writing style so far, so the word DNF is just floating around in my brain. So I'm gonna try and listen to the audiobook for a bit because it's on Spotify, and see if I can get into it, because I have heard really great things about this book and it feels like I'm gonna love it, but I feel like it's just so confusing so far. I don't know who is who, and we're not getting an explanation of it. But the cover, I'm doing it for you, the cover. Let's listen for a bit and see. Okay, I've only listened to page 34 now, and I'm not too sure about the characters because the guy was like this big celebrity and he's back in this small town and he's just kind of like bad boy, like smoking, drinking, parties, girls, cars, all that, which I don't really know if that's what I love in a romance. Like I like a more sweet guy, whatever. We'll see how this goes. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like he's just kind of like, the rules don't apply to me because I'm famous. I'm like, it's just interesting though, the like setup of this book, because this chapter says it's 45 minutes long, but then like at the start there's half a page chapters or like 1 page chapters, so it's just kind of interesting. Okay guys, I made it to page like 80 in this, and then still I'm not super invested in it, but I feel like so far the guy, he just is kind of giving, I don't know, like rebel, bad boy, whatever, but he still is sweet and like is thoughtful, so that's keeping me going. And also I'm really liking kind of the main girl and learning more about her, because obviously she is dealing with a lot, and I feel like her thought process is very interesting and parts of it are relatable in how she like copes with everything. So I'm gonna keep listening. I feel like it's more an audiobook book for me, so I'm gonna listen, probably work, and maybe do my reading journal and see. Okay, besties, I do have an update. I did in fact DNF the first book in this. Yeah, so that's kind of like what was I thinking, but I really did think this would be rated highly because I love a more emotional read, and I thought that the setting was perfect because it's like Jersey Shore vibe, but I just feel like it was very insta-lovey. I just couldn't believe their connection. The romance just went so fast, which like I get it obviously with both of the characters and what they're going through, but yeah, I just couldn't really care about them. Maybe I'll finish this later sometime. I got 68%, but yeah, I just have really no desire to keep reading this book, and since I DNF'd it, I've had no regrets. I haven't like felt bad for the book, which I thought I would. I did really appreciate the like lupus representation, and I feel like the author did do a good job showing kind of what it's like living with that, so that was really interesting. But yeah, just not a story that I really care about, and just the romance just feels too fast-paced, and I got the ick about some scenes. Like the guy has a mullet, I think he ends up cutting his hair, but like just the way it was described, I got the ick. And then there's this one scene that was just like really random and weird on a boat, and it was just like, I'm done. So 68% through, and I am DNFing the first book. That leads me into what we're reading next. Today is Taylor Jenkins Reid's Atmosphere release day, and I'm definitely really anticipating this to be a 5-star because I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. All her books have been like 5 stars or like just under 5, and I feel like this is going to be really interesting because it's like something I haven't really read about before, and it's just such a unique book. So I'm really excited. I have a pickup order placed, so I need to go pick that up here soon, and we'll get reading. Look what I just picked up. It is beautiful. Oh my god. I am so excited. I have started the next book in this video. So this is a definite 5-star prediction because I love like a historical fiction book, especially one where the author puts their heart and soul into the research behind it. Taylor Jenkins Reid like isn't an astronaut, so she, in the author's note, she said like she read books, she did all this and that researching for this, and I just love when authors do that. So I'm really excited to get to this because her whole like more historical fiction books have all been almost 5 stars for me. I don't remember if I rated any of them 5 stars. Maybe Daisy Jones, because I read Daisy Jones and Evelyn Hugo like 3-4 years ago, so I don't really remember like my rating, but love them. So I'm just so excited for this because I just love a story like this, and it says under it a love story, which I didn't really know there was romance in this. I mean, in all of her books there's been some romance, but I didn't know. Yeah, so I'm really excited. So far I'm only on page 24, but the setup of the story I really liked. First of all, it starts with an author's note. I really liked that because it definitely gripped me right away, and we kind of learned about like her thought process and what made her want to write this story. And then we start in 1984, which is technically I think the present time, and then we get, I feel like it kind of read like a prologue a little bit, and then we jump to 7 years previously. It's really interesting because we got like like what happens and it's like a big event, and now we're gonna get the build up to that and like how she got involved with NASA and everything. So it's just really interesting. My only like note so far is it's very like science heavy. Like there's a lot of technical terms about the ships and whatnot, but I think that'll just be fun to learn about. I'm so excited. Hi guys, it is, I don't know what day it is. I made it to page 38 and I am so invested right now. I don't know for sure who the romance is with because it says a love story, but I feel like we're getting like a hint in this scene kind of who it's going to be with. I'm really intrigued because after reading the like prologue or like present chapter at the beginning, I'm like, tell me more, tell me more. So I'm so excited. I need to keep reading. Okay, I just sat down to read again and I opened the book and we're back in the present timeline, and this is gonna be so hard to read because now obviously we know the characters better. Good morning, besties. It has been a couple of days. I have not read, but I thought I'd give a little update. I am on page 110 and I feel like it's not going to be a 5-star, which is really unfortunate because just the premise of the book, I thought it really would be, especially because it's definitely been more character driven so far. Like we're getting Jones, her kind of story of how she became an astronaut and what has all happened since she got to NASA. So it's been very character focused because we're learning about her obviously, and then the people she's closest to, the other people in the program. And I feel like that is gonna make the present more interesting because we have got like one other present chapter other than like the prologue, I'm gonna call it. So I feel like obviously it's gonna build up to make that just be so much more emotional because we're gonna know the characters better. But so far, yeah, I'm not like super itching to read it when I'm not reading. Like the last couple of days I haven't had time to read and I haven't been like thinking about it at all, which is unfortunate. And also I feel like it's been very space talk heavy, which obviously is fine and like makes sense, but when I read like a big paragraph about space stuff and like how stuff is built and works, I just can't comprehend any of it. Like my brain just goes blank, which it did in a lot of school classes. Like I just space out, haha. Like I just space out and like don't really comprehend, and then I get taken out of the book. But yeah, I'm still really liking it, and when I am reading it, it's very fast paced even though there's not a lot going on plot wise, and I'm just really invested in it because TJR has really good writing. There's been some really good lines in here that make me wish I like was an annotator. So yeah, I really want to finish this today. Like what if I don't find a 5-star in this video? That's low-key gonna be very upsetting because if the woman is not a 5-star, I might have to quit reading. And I really thought this would be because I remember when I first like read the premise of this, and I think I saw someone get an arc on Instagram, I was so excited for this book and I like knew it would be a 5-star. So I'm definitely trying not to let those feelings interfere with the story. But yeah, I feel like maybe though once the plot picks up it could get a little better. But yeah, I'm gonna hopefully finish this today. Okay guys, I did listen for a bit and then I read physically like one chapter, but I made it to 182 and the romance has officially kicked in and I'm like obsessed, which like I've been obsessed with them from the beginning because they just get each other. The things that they say and understand about each other, I'm just like, yeah, and like some of the quotes, I'm just like, this is such a soulmate love, and it is kind of hurting because it is so adorable. Like there's been so many good lines and just so many like thoughtful gestures and thoughtful things said, and I'm like, so yeah, I'm gonna keep going. But yeah, so far we did get another like present timeline chapter, which was, ow, we're back in the past now and nothing really plot wise is happening much in the past other than just like, I guess now the romance, but she's just like getting to know the other people more and like stuff with her family too. I'm gonna keep going now. I feel like though the story is gonna get like so crazy at the end and sad.
It's like almost 8 and it is 68 degrees and it is so quiet out here and peaceful and there's a breeze. I kind of matched the book.
Hi Good morning. So I have read a little bit more this morning and I listened a bit too again. Page 223, and honestly I am kind of bored right now because honestly for the last like 75-ish pages the only thing we've focused on is the romance, which I'm really liking the romance, but I like a mix between like plot and romance, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's mostly been the focus so far, with a little bit of like family stuff thrown in there. So I'm just getting a little bored because we're seeing the same things over and over again of them hanging out and spending time together, which is obviously adorable and I love them and there's been so many good quotes with that, but I'm getting a little bored of that and would like to get back to the astronaut stuff, especially considering the timeline, because now we are in 1983 and the like present time is 84, so we are like getting really close. And after knowing and getting previews of what is happening, like it's intense, so hopefully it picks back up and I'm really scared to see how it ends. Well guys, I finished it. I don't think it was a 5-star, but I think it's like a solid like 4.25. The ending really raised the rating. Right after I said that, I feel like it really picked up again. I do have a couple notes though. First of all, this romance was actually beautiful and incredible. Some of the quotes in here are otherworldly. They are so good and just touching and like literally make me like literally scream. But I feel like the pacing was a little interesting because it was a span of like 4+ years, and I feel like sometimes we just kind of jumped a lot and like I didn't know what time we were in or like how long it had been since like their relationship started or whatever. And also I liked how it ended, but I feel like I wish we could have got like an epilogue because there's still some things, I mean we can assume, but like I just wanted to see, I guess. I don't know, but I do like how a lot of things ended at the end, and at the end I was stressed. I was just doing my puzzle listening and I was like trying not to freak out because it was going in so many different ways. But yeah, I really like how it ended and I feel like, I don't know, I loved it. I just felt like sometimes the pacing was a little off and it did slow down a little bit, and when I wasn't reading I wasn't really like itching to pick it up. I love these characters so much and I feel like TJR just does such a good job making you connect to them and just feel like you know them on such a deep level, and I absolutely love our main characters so much, and it was just such a beautiful story. Highly recommend. Although it was not a 5-star, that's okay, can't win them all. So I think tonight I might start reading The Woman. I might just read a couple chapters because I don't know if I'm ready for it fully yet. But yeah, I think I'm going to read like a chapter or two now and we'll see. Guys, I started it. I'm like 20 pages in and I'm already hooked and emotionally invested, and Chris and Hannah has already done some tragic things. We're in for a wild ride. I definitely really want to keep reading, but I can't. I need to get some stuff done, so see you guys probably tomorrow. I have finally started the last and final 5-star prediction, which I'm 60 pages in and I feel like it's for sure gonna be a 5-star. I'm kind of scared though because the only other Kristen Hannah book I've read is The Nightingale, and I have never cried that much over a book in my life, and I feel like this is going to be the same because already so much has happened and our main girl has had to completely change her life by enlisting to be a nurse in the Vietnam War. She just has already seen so many things and is going to have to do so many things, and I feel like Kristen Hannah has wrote this in a very purposeful way where it's felt very like rushed and fast-paced, in the sense sense that like we haven't learned much about our main girl because she kind of just threw herself into this, and it's been like go 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 go, not a time to sit down and relax. So I feel like the pacing so far is really purposeful with that. I'm like excited but also scared about this because I know it's gonna break my heart. I've only read this like 2 different sittings. In each one I've had to like force myself to stop because it is just so addicting. I'm gonna read for a bit now and we'll see what happens. I'm scared. I'm wondering too if there's a romance. There's been like one guy I'm kind of like I don't really know. All I really know about this is that she's a nurse in Vietnam. It's really all I know. What kind of inspired her to join was her brother also being a soldier in the war, so I'm really interested to see and learn about that as well. And just so far she's met a couple of girls and I'm really excited to watch their friendship grow because she lives in the same room with them, and I just know like they're gonna be such huge parts of the story too. Oh guys, I'm scared, but like I need to know. Guys, oh my god, this is why I love her books, because I feel like I don't know too much about the Vietnam War, but this book makes you see things and learn things that a history class can't show you in detail or this emotionally. Like this scene, page 70, like I can be taught this, but like reading it like this I can feel the emotion and just like everything that goes into it. That's why I just love historical fiction, because you learn but you also, it's a story. I'm like almost to page 100. You know what I said before, how I was like sussing out a romance? Yeah, well, I don't want to call it a romance, but like some yearning is going on, and I just don't know how this is gonna go, or even if it's gonna go at all. And I'm really interested because the situation's messy, but I do feel the spark. I can see the sparks. I'm so invested. I can't stop reading. The pacing has definitely slowed down a bit too. The months are just going faster. Like we'll get a chapter and then it'll jump to a couple months more, which I'm really interested in because I didn't really know like how long the timeline of this book was, but I feel like it's gonna now be longer than I expected, so I'm kind of nervous now. Hi guys, I don't have a big update, but I wanted to pop on quick. I am on page 138. I'm like 1/3 done. I'm going to listen to the audiobook for a bit now because I don't have time to like sit down and read, but I have audiobook things I can be doing. I'm gonna do that. I'm really curious about the audiobook because I haven't listened to a book like this before. I don't know. I know it's gonna be amazing though. But yeah, I'm still really invested in the story and really liking it. But yeah, it is just very heavy and hard to read. Obviously, our main girl Frankie, she just got kind of transferred to a different part, and this is gonna be very, very interesting to see and read about because it's just a completely different vibe. I mean, even the first like chapter there we've got, it's like completely different from what she's been used to. Yeah, it's just really interesting watching her character grow, and obviously so much has happened even this far into the book, so it makes me really scared because there's still a lot that we know is gonna happen. This book is amazing but also like so hard to read, but like I said before, I'm learning so much about the Vietnam War. It's just giving me such a better picture of what actually happened there. But yeah, like I said, it is very hard to read about, but that is the point because this is a very, very tough time for literally everybody. Let's keep going. I think 1/3 the way it's safe to say that this is the 5-star. Although I was hoping for 3, we are getting a 1. I'm like 99% sure, and if something goes wrong that makes this not a 5-star, I'm gonna be very shocked. Let's keep going because I'm so invested, but also it's like hard to like pick it up again because it's just so heavy and like something's gonna happen that's bad. So this happened now. I really did think something like this would happen, but I didn't think it'd be this. Oh. Miss Girl cannot catch a break. Literally this entire book. Guys, I just hit part 2. I'm on page 284 and it's just, I just am so invested in the story and I just love her character so much. It's so sad though, oh my god, like I just want the best for them. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. Okay guys, I have a little book update. I am almost done.
I have like 150 pages left. Yeah, this far in and I'm still loving it. It's giving the vibes so much. Where we're at now, I'm really interested to see where it's gonna go because yeah, I'm really excited. But I just love all the themes in this book because there's so many themes of like friendship, family dynamics, all of that. I'm just eating it up. So I think I'm gonna listen for a bit and then finish the rest physically and then well yeah. But I do also have a haul for you guys. So I got a couple new cases and I got a Kindle one because I just had the clear one with my stickers in it, which love, but it's not very protective when I throw this in like a bag. BURGA, my besties at BURGA, they were like, hey girl. And I was like, hey BURGA. I got these. They did send them to me, but I do also have a link and they always have like deals going on. Like it's buy two, get two free. Like I'll hop on that and use my link. But yeah, this is my case. It is so pretty. I can put the name of it down below. Also, the back has a strap and it's magnetic, so you can literally like, you know? So yeah, I'm obsessed and it's definitely like, this is heavy duty and then my button still clicks and all that, and yeah, I just freaking love it. It is so nice. And then this is gonna be so much better for like working at a cafe. Also, it's perfect because it literally says cafe, because I don't have to worry about this getting banged up in my tote bag. Speaking of, I did get a new computer case too because I literally just had this clear one and this thing is like actually disgustingly dirty and it's cracked, so I was in need. And I got this one. It is so pretty and it feels so nice. It's kind of like matte, and it also comes with a little under thing. Go check out BURGA if you haven't already because they have some cute ass cases and some good ass cases. Okay guys, I have like 60 pages left, so I think I want to sit and finish it now. But the thing with also the Nightingale is obviously what they're going through is horrible and traumatic in all of the words, and Kristen Hanna does such a good job of showing the real like decisions and just things that the characters have to go through, and that some of their decisions that they make, there may be something kind of wrong with it, and, you know, like with what they're going through, it's like it just happens, you know? That's safe to say we're at one of those points where the decision isn't the best one or the right one, but I can see why she's doing it. So it's just like, oh my god, it's crazy. But yeah, I'm definitely scared for how this is gonna end, and there's just been so many like unexpected things that have happened. I can't stop reading. Something's going on and I don't know what it is yet. I did suspect, but what if I just jump through this book and beat him up? What if? Oh no, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm scared to turn the page. Okay, I have like 10 pages left, and something big is like set to happen, like that we know. Can't help but feeling like something is gonna happen, and I'm kind of rooting for it. Will I cry? I don't know. I'm scared. Literally, this sliver left. I knew it. I knew it. Done. Okay guys, we have successfully finished this video, and we did in fact find 1 5-star.
So obviously all the books in this I was expecting to be 5 stars based on, well, for this one, the vibes, and also I literally saw a reel yesterday of it being compared to Abby Jimenez, which personally I did not see that, but that's okay. This just wasn't for me. So that just proves that I had the right intentions going into this, thinking I would love it. And I don't know, from the start of it to the end, I was just like, I am not feeling this writing, these characters, anything. I didn't really like the guy in this. He gave me the ick a bit, and just like the way he was acting and the mullet. Okay, maybe it was the mullet a little bit, but yeah, and I just didn't like the writing really, and I felt like part of it was confusing too, because something on the back was like Nadia's sister isn't the only person worried about her, so I thought like her sister and like family would be a bigger part in this. And yeah, I don't know, I just have no desire to even know what happens at this, and I got 70% through, but 5 out of 5 for the cover. But yeah, this definitely had potential because, I don't know, I just even seen it compared to some of my favorite books of all time, and I was like, yeah, I'm so here for an emotional, like, sadder romance. It just was not for me, and that's unfortunate because I did really think I was gonna love it. And then Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This was also another huge 5-star prediction because TJR is just one of my favorite authors of all time, and I have absolutely loved all of her like more historical fiction books, along with her just regular romance books too. I've loved them all. But yeah, I really thought I was gonna love this because the premise of this, when I heard about it, like when this book first got announced, I was like instantly hooked, like about to hit the pre-order button, and then I was like, actually no, I need to get it on release day because I need to read it immediately. But yeah, I just didn't end up, I just almost actually obliterated my eyeball. I just didn't end up loving the story as much as I thought I was going to be. I just felt like it was missing some things, and sometimes the pacing was a little off. But what is 5 stars out of this story is the romance. Their connection is out of this world, and I mean that in a space metaphor way, but also just like in a regular way. The quotes in this book are insane. This is a book that I would honestly like to go back and annotate, even though it wasn't a 5-star, and I feel like that's saying something because I don't really annotate books ever, but this one I regret not doing it because these quotes, like, I need injected into my veins. Like, they were incredible. Following our main girl Joan was really, really interesting because she was just such a complex character in a way that she just had so much going on in her life, and having to balance that while literally being a fucking astronaut. Hello? The time this is set in, there's just stuff going on in the world that she also has to face and kind of discover about herself, and I just loved it. And circling back to the romance, I literally died. I think I legit died over it. It was so sweet, and they just knew each other on such a deep level. And then that seemed a little aggressive. The 5-star, which I'm so glad I found one, but like, did I really have a doubt? No. I think I just need to read her whole entire backlist, and her whole entire backlist looks like this apparently. I'm sat for literally like over a year. But this book, I went into thinking it was going to be a 5-star because, first of all, The Nightingale is like a 17-star read. I just love that book so much. And lately, I have just been especially loving historical fiction. I feel like I've just heard such amazing things about this book, and it's an author I know and love. And I just feel like the premise, focusing a lot on Frankie, Frances, our main girl, she is putting herself into this very, very tough situation, and just, I love a character growth moment. I love a character growth moment. And just watching her grow as a person and everything she went to, I felt all of the emotions, and that is something a 5-star needs to make me feel. Most of the time I cry over a 5-star read, and I did cry. Just feeling so invested in the characters' lives and just wanting the best for them is such a sign of a 5-star read. And I love this story so much because Frankie goes through so much, and she just has such incredible people by her side, and Miss Girl literally doesn't catch a break. She goes through so much stuff. I was waiting at the end for everything to wrap up, and I loved the way it ended. There were some like twists and turns, but I honestly saw most of them coming, or like something similar about them, but that's not even like a fault. It's just like, I don't know, and like the way it ended and the way all like the twists came about were incredible, and just the way that Frankie found herself again and was able to deal with all of the trauma she endured was just so wholesome. And I really love how everything she's done with her life in this book is just such a beautiful token to all of the nurses in the Vietnam War, because we all know about all of that and just how everything was after that. This book is just, I feel like, to open my eyes so much more to that time period and just everyone and everything around that. And it was just so informative, but also so entertaining and heartbreaking and all of the things. It's such a 5-star. I love Kristen Hanna, and I just love how she is able to tell a story with such powerful meaning and message behind it. The woman the 5-star Kristen Hannah, the woman that you are. I love you. I am going to read all of your books once I am mentally capable of doing so, because that shit just destroyed me. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video and kind of like the idea of a little challenge, like how many 5 stars I can find in a video, let me know, or let me know if you have one that you would like me to do, and I would love to do it. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.